Hello, my name is Alfredo Terrazas and today's date is April 4, 2021. This is my submission for CIRC06 Attempt C. In this circuit, we set up a piezo buzzer to play the tune for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Starting with the source code, on top we set up pin number 9 to the variable speaker pin, which will be the pin that connects the piezo buzzer to the Arduino to receive the signal from the microprocessor. Next, we set up the variable length that stores the number of notes that will be played on the buzzer, which in this case is 15 notes, 14 to play the melody and 1 for a pause at the end before it loops. After that, we set up a character variable called notes to store the notes that will be played in the order that they will be played, which you can be seen here on the right side of the assignment operator, with a blank at the end of it at the end of the sequence to represent a rest. We then set up the variable beats. Which is used to determine how long each note will be played for in seconds. The amount of time the notes actually play for is altered, however, by the following variable tempo. Tempo is used to adjust the speed of the entire sequence, which is measured in milliseconds. Therefore, if tempo were set up to 1000, then the notes would play for the entire second or seconds they were assigned for in beats. For this example, we have the tempo set to 300 to speed up the sequence of notes. Following on through, we have the play tone statement that uses a for loop to set the buzzer on and off using the digital write command on the variable speaker pin to play the tones for the notes in the sequence above. After that, we have the play note statement, which is used to assign the names of the notes to their respective tone using the integer variable appropriately named tones, so they play in the frequency that is accurate to the note they represent. Next, we have a for loop that has a nested if statement that tests each note name character to the note character in the expression of play note, so that when they match, or as you can see here, when they are equal to each other, the if statement becomes true and follows up with the program statement play tone to play the tone of the note that made the statement true. We finally get to the void setup code block, which simply sets up the speaker pin as output to play the notes on the buzzer. Then we have the void loop code block, which has another for if construct that is used to test for any spaces in the character note statement. And if there are any spaces, the if statement becomes true and executes the delay program statement to delay for the amount of beats assigned to it in the beats statement. The beats statement is then altered by the tempo variable to speed it up or slow it down accordingly to the value assigned to it. We then have an else statement that executes if the note is not a space, which plays the note filtered out in the play note code block and is also affected by the tempo beats formula I just described. Lastly, we set up a delay between notes at half tempo so they are spaced out to create the medley. Moving on to the Arduino itself. As you can see, the melody plays out as expected. We have a 5-volt and a ground cable from the Arduino. 5-volt and ground from the Arduino connecting over to the breadboard. We have a jumper wire for the shorter lead of the piezo buzzer to connect it to the ground, and then we have the longer lead connected through a blue wire to pin number 9 on the Arduino. Again, my name is Alfredo Terrazas, and this is my submission for CIRC06 Attempt C.